Hi, and welcome to the highlights for 4-1, the Shrine of Storm's exterior. Now, a couple things I want to show off for this character. These are the stats I have, these are the weapons I'm using. Just thought it'd be useful to know. So first thing I want to show off is how to, properly fight these Silver Knights, or Silver Skeletons. This is not it. Unless you build up a big shield like I have here, you won't be able to block those overhead strikes. Oh, also, this was weird. 1, a summon sign. You don't really see those too often. 2, watch this. So that's the guy. I'll take a quick look at him. And then, what? Oh. It was literally his ghost right afterwards. Alright, so better way of showing how to fight these guys. Back off when they're coming at you, they'll attack, and then come forward and wait on them. Even though they kind of roll away, you can usually hit them with the second strike. Now, what not to do. Don't forget which way these arrow traps shoot. Because, I did. Yeah. I don't even know why I forgot that one. That's the one I passed by the most, but whatever. So next up on our list are the black katana skeletons. These were kind of shown off in the main video, but the main thing you want to do is dodge out of the way of their jumping strikes, or just any of their strikes in general, or sidestep them, and get them on a backstab. If you have a good vertical strike, you can also hit them when they're down, as I'll show off right here. The two-handed mace strike is very good for that. But there's a number of other ones that work equally well. Now, the next major thing is the Vanguard in this area. First thing you're going to do is use a bow in order to shoot down that sky manta ray thing. I like to call them Sky Kings. I should look up the proper name sometime soon. Anyway, next up is you want to get Vanguard to clear away all the junk around him. It'll get in the way of your dodges and everything, and that's just no good. I switched to the Falchion that we picked up in this level in order to hit him a few times with it and flick him with bleed. That way he's just constantly getting hurt. Now when this happens right here, him flying up and ground pounding, that's what you want. You want him to get stuck in this loop like this. And then you can just go wail on him, back up, wail on him. I find that my mace actually was doing more damage to him, so yeah, it does about 70 damage, so I switched to that instead. However, what you don't want to do is this. Get too greedy. Then you're just going to get hit, and it takes off quite a bit. Once again, I'm wearing heavy armor, so I'm lucky I didn't die instantly. Then you get hit again, and it just goes downhill from there. Good thing to note is that he only goes so far, so you can easily back up right here. I hit a wall there, so I had to block, and he was coming a bit forward. Don't dodge into his strikes. Never dodge into them. I explained this in the tutorial, but just don't dodge into his strikes. I switched back to the Falchion in a second here in order to try and inflict bleed on him again. It takes about 4 hits to inflict bleed with the Falchion. But I get him caught in that little loop again, and then just switch back to the Blessed Mace. By the way, this is actually the Blessed Mace that we picked up in 5-1. I probably should have mentioned that. It's very good to do 5-1 before 4-1 because you get the mace that lets you kill the enemies in here. Really useful. So when you get to this part, the little like cliffside part, you're going to want to once again shoot down these Sky Kings because you don't want them shooting their little spears at you when you're trying to fight the gold skeletons. Now once again, you won't be able to do this. I tank a shot and go in for the kill. I upgraded that shield with everything I got from 2-1 and it was really worth it. Look at them shots. Anyway, this is a more proper way to fight the gold skeletons. They have very long wind-ups, so you can actually back away and let them swing. Generally, you're going to want to kind of bait them to that big overhead strike and then counter that. But now, what if you fight the Adjudicator and die? It's a really long walk back through the whole level. And there's no real shortcuts in 4-1. Or are there? This one might not be intended by the developers, but if you do a fast roll over to that little wall right there, you can jump down right here, and you get to that little area with the Regenerator's Ring, which I'm actually going to throw on this guy. It's the first real good ring I've gotten on him. But this is more or less right next to the boss. Also, it's an easy way to kill that crystal lizard. You can come in from behind it and wail on it when it goes into the wall. Just show that off real quick. If you got a big heavy weapon like this, you don't want to do the follow-ups on it. Just keep hitting with the single strike. But yeah, it's right at the boss. Speaking of the boss, let's see how to do it when you don't have two people. One thing I didn't show off in the video, I think Tauto might have, but you can come right back here and roll over to the stairway over here and not take any damage. You won't get hit by his little break in the floor attack, and you'll be right down there and ready to wail on him. I think I explained this in the main video, but in case I didn't, you always want to move to the right of the Adjudicator. Well, a bit more right than that. His swing kind of goes, I don't know. If you start, what am I trying to say here? If you start moving right when he starts swinging, you're gonna outrun it. Alternately, you can just use quick rolls like this, and you're way out of the way. You can usually get into about 3 or 4 good hits to his wound in between each swing. Another good thing to try and figure out is what is your best DPS against this guy. I'm trying a bunch of different weapons. The mace is better than the falchion, probably because my faith is higher than my int on this guy. Trying to get that pure faint stone from the follower. But I've built him for strength, so I'm going to do a bit of mid-battle swapping here and put on my crushing battle axe. I really don't suggest doing this. Try to go into fights knowing what you want to use. Another thing of note, and why Tauto mentioned this, that the Adjudicator had regen, because it would have made sense. The Adjudicator shield that you pick up in this level actually has the Adjudicator on it. It's a very nice design. I should remember to show that off sometime. I'm sure I'll use the Adjudicator shield again. This is only a bit better than the other weapon. It's just not doing it fast enough for me. Ah, wait, I know. Once again, try not to do stuff like this. You can't block while you have the menu open, though you can still move around. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why he's so pissed off at me. I'm just trying to help him cauterize that wound. It's still open. It's still bleeding. Anyway, one more down right here, and he's done. Oh, so much more damage with that. I have found a love for weapon buffs lately. But with that, the Adjudicator's dead, and that's pretty much it for our highlight reel. Don't forget this soul over here, because it's really good. It's a good amount of souls. And of course your Swollen Demon, but you can't miss that. So that's been it for our highlights. I'll see you guys in the Sunday video. See you then.